This is a mock interview conducted by ForumIAS Academy at New Delhi. The interview panel includes eminent academicians, retired bureaucrats, and other luminaries. The objective of the program is to acquaint the candidate with the format and expectations of the personality test conducted by UPSC.
May I come in, sir?
Yes, please.
Good morning, ma'am. Good morning, sirs.
Good morning, Ram. Please have a seat.
Thank you so much, sir.
Ram Chauhan, you are from northwest part of Delhi.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Ram, why do you want to join CAPF?
Sir, by the end of my graduation, I was pretty clear in my mind that I will join the security forces. Sir, I believe that national security and law enforcement are the backbone for any country, and to work for them is an immense level of satisfaction. Apart from that, I believe that the kind of physical training I have been into past many years, I can best utilize it by joining the security forces. Also, uniformed services in itself teaches us a lot of values like discipline, brotherhood, and selfless service. And also, ma'am, there is a very good financial stability in this job.
Okay, so among all the CAPFs that has been mentioned in the DAF, which one is responsible for assisting state in maintaining law and order?
Sir, basically almost all the CAPFs are primarily engaged in this duty, but it is
Which
mainly
CAPF has a clear mandate for assisting state in maintaining law and order?
So it is this CRPF.
Okay. And who is DG of CRPF?
So currently it is Mr. P.L. Thangon.
Okay, and then who is Sujoy Lal Thausin?
I'm sorry, sir, I got confused. I didn't read about this.
And who is DG of ITBP?
So it's Anish Dayal Singh.
Okay. So Ram, due to high altitude and low temperature, right, what are the problems and the challenges faced by ITBP personnel?
So first of all, the HAPO, high altitude pulmonary edema, and the next one is HECO, high altitude cerebrum edema. Apart from that, sir, at high altitudes, the oxygen level is quite less. So physical
What is edema?
So it is a disorder which happens at high altitude, like in the HAPO, water gets, the level of water increased in
I'm
lungs.
just asking about edema. What is edema?
I'm sorry, sir, I'm not aware of it. I'll read about that more.
What is keto diet?
So in keto diet, in the recent times it has been in trend of keto diet. Basically in this, we increase the level of fats and protein in our diet and reduces carbs so as to reduce the weight.
In recent times, you must have heard about water dispute between Haryana and Delhi. What is this dispute is all about?
So basically it is the river Yamuna which crosses Haryana and comes into the Delhi. So the dispute is regarding the water sharing. Haryana articulates that due to it is an agrarian state, the requirement of water is quite high and it cannot release much water to Delhi. And at the same time, Delhi articulates that following the riparian principles, it should release adequate water for Delhi as Delhi in itself is short of water supply.
Okay. You have done your graduation from Shaheed Bhagat Singh College, right? But those Jawans or officers who are killed in action and they are part of the CAPF, they are not given this title of Shaheed. Why?
So basically, as per the government records, we do not use the term Shaheed in general, and the term Martyr is being generally used for them, and it is in even for the CAPFs, we generally tend to use this term Martyr. But even if you come...
No.
Sir, I think I need to read more on this.
Yes, go and read about it.
Definitely, sir.
Okay, my last question to you is, what is calisthenics?
So calisthenics in the recent times, it has come into picture. It is a multifunction, like in general, the kind of fitness routine which we follow, it is very limited, very restricted to weights and the kind of movements which you do. But in calisthenics, there is a multifunctional movement. A lot of multi-dimensional movements are being followed and there is no particular fixed routine.
What is the basic underlying concept of calisthenics? Basic.
Sir, it involves multi-joint functional movement of the body so that we can increase our strength and agility at the same time.
Okay, what is the basic difference between then gymming and this calisthenics?
So in calisthenics, the main purpose is not to develop heavy muscles or heavy muscle strength, but in gymming, particularly if you see, when we do weight training, the basic purpose of that is to increase our strength and to put on muscles, for that matter, and even to reduce weight.
All right, okay, thank you, Ram.
Thank you, sir.
Your father is engaged in agriculture. Yes. So what crops do you grow?
I'm in Haryana. In the Kharif season, mainly it is rice and maize, and in the Rabi season, it is predominantly wheat.
What are the problems in agriculture that farmers are facing in Haryana?
Ma'am, the first one would be lack of following of the agroclimatic pattern in the area, as Haryana is a comparatively dry state and crops like rice are highly water intensive. So this is the first problem, because of which the water level is going very down, even more than 400 feet in some areas. And the second problem is of land fragmentation, which generally the farmers face. The third one is of the APMCs. Like we are having the MSP system, but only 15% of the farmers are taking advantage of it. The 85% marginal farmers are not able to get adequate advantage of this. And this is because the main procurers or the people who buy these crops from the farmers, mainly they are the one who are the money lenders as well in the APMC mandis. So they have a kind of dominance over these farmers, and they get the produce even at cheaper prices. And farmers don't have adequate facility to store these crops. So ultimately they have to go in the distress sale in such case.
Have you heard of poly farming?
Yes, ma'am.
It's becoming more common in Haryana now.
Yes, ma'am.
What is poly farming?
Ma'am, in this poly house is being created, and artificial farming techniques are being used, where like we can use ACs and all such things, because of which we can even grow the crops that do not generally grow in the area.
But isn't it so? If you use ACs to keep the crops cool in a poly farm, do you think it would be remunerative for the farmer? Agriculture as it is non-remunerative. You try to grow a winter crop in summers. Do you think it will give you the desired value?
Ma'am, the crops that are being grown in the poly houses are not normal crops. They are exotic crops, and they fetch very good revenue for the farmers.
So irrespective of how much energy is being used, electricity is being used, there is poly farming?
Ma'am, the electricity that has been given to the farms is given at a discounted rate. So farmers also take advantage of the same. Also, in the recent times, the government is promoting solar energy in the farming sector. So even that helps the farmers.
There is a government scheme which is promoting solar energy for hand pumps, I think. What is the name?
Ma'am, it is PM Kusum.
PM Kusum. Now, you've appeared for the LLB entrance, and you were ranked 1, 14 and 34.
Yes, ma'am.
Across different entrance exams. However, you did not pursue LLB.
No, ma'am, I did it. I recently completed it. Actually, when I was filling this DAF form, so at that time my result was not declared. So I could not mention this in my
So you've done
DAF.
LLB from where?
Campus Law Center, University of Delhi.
CLC.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And you plan to pursue law?
I want to be in the security force.
Security forces. Okay. So, what is Wushu?
Ma'am, it's the competitive form of Chinese martial art Kung Fu, and basically there are two parts into it. The first one is called Sanda, which is a one-on-one combat where two fighters engage in striking, gripping and throwing. And the second one is known as Taolu. It is a performance martial art where martial artists perform a martial art routine with various weapons like sword, stick and spear. And
my last question to you is regarding law, which is AFSPA. So you've also finished your LLB. What is AFSPA?
AFSPA, or the Armed Forces Special Power Act, is an act which gives special power to the armed forces of the Union. Right now, it is being placed in the selected areas of Arunachal Pradesh, Nagaland, Manipur, and Assam. Also, in the J&K area, we have separate AFSPA Act that was enacted in 1990. Basically, AFSPA was first enacted after the Naga insurgency.
Can you tell me two provisions of AFSPA?
Ma'am, among all the provisions, very two key provisions are the first one being a security personnel on the basis of reasonable apprehension can arrest, search and seizure a particular area. Also, if the security personnel feels that a particular person is doing something unlawful, in such a case, after giving due warning, he can even open fire on that person.
And what is so AFSPA has also been a bone of contention where it is being said that there is overuse of power. So what is the Supreme Court stand on this?
Ma'am, in the Naga Foundation for Human Rights versus Union of India, the Supreme Court declared that AFSPA is not an unconstitutional law, it is a constitutional one, but certain provisions were given, certain safeguards were given, like it should be reviewed after every 6 months, and the use of force should only be for the defensive purpose, not for the attacking purpose as well.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Anu, what is deltoid muscle and where it is situated in our body?
So the deltoid muscle is in the shoulder. Basically, there are 3 heads of the deltoid muscle: the front head, the side head, and the rear head.
Okay, what exercise would you prefer to a person to strengthen their deltoid muscle?
So it depends on the kind of requirement a person has. If a person wants to build muscles,
I specifically asked for the deltoid muscle.
yes, sir. If we want to build, if you want to gain size of our deltoid muscle, then we must focus on the compound movements like barbell lifting, heavyweight lifting. And if we want to just strengthen and improve the agility of our shoulder, then we can involve in multiple cross-training movements like hammering and shoulder touches and even the muscle ups.
Okay. There are many videos which comes up during gym. Many people get cardiac arrest and they dies on the spot. So what's the reason for that?
So possibly one reason could be excessive of workout. Like when we excessively engage in workout, there are chances that it acts as a hindrance for the blood flow, and even it can put a lot of pressure on our
So
heart.
what would you suggest as an instructor over there to them?
So if a person is having such an issue, then he must not engage in a highly vigorous kind of workout, and also
What would you suggest during instructing?
So in between the sets, we must take proper rest, like 3 to 4 minutes of rest between each and every set, and also a very highly vigorous movements like sprinting, very high level of sprinting should be avoided. And also, sir, I would like to say that cardiac arrest is not just about the kind of workout which we do in the gym. There can be other reasons as well, like the kind of diet which a person follows, or if the person using some kind of anabolics as such.
Would you suggest your man that he should get his heart condition checked, ECG kind of thing? Will you check that before he is joining the gym, so that you can suggest him relevant workout for the cardiac strength?
So it is very difficult for everyone to get such kind of ECG treatment, ECG test for every person. But if a person is having a history of such kind of problem, then he must undergo such test before joining the gym.
Okay, right. You love to watch the documentary. So which documentary of India won the academic award, and which category it won the?
So it was Elephant Whisperers, and it won the Oscars for the short film category. It was a 41 minutes documentary.
Okay, on what?
So it is basically about the how in the Mudumalai National Park, 2 elephants, 2 orphan elephants, I would say, were being raised by a couple, a tribal couple. So it is a story about them. It depicts their.
So what is special about that national park?
So the Mudumalai National Park, it is a part of the Nilgiri Biosphere Reserve, and also it is having a very dynamic kind of forest.
What is special about it? That's the Asia's largest place where elephants are being preserved.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much.
So what is the mandate of the BSF?
So BSF is our primarily border guarding force, and under the as per the mandate of the government of one border, one force, it is guarding the India-Pakistan border as well as the India-Bangladesh border. Also, it conducts various kind of operations in the left-wing extremism area and the JNK as well.
So what security challenges do you see for the BSF on India-Bangladesh border?
So first of all, the border between India and Bangladesh is not a natural border. It does not follow a natural boundary. It passes through variety of terrains, even through the marshy and swampy.
Security challenges, those are geographical challenges you are telling me. What are the security challenges they are having over there?
The first one would be of the infiltration of the illegal immigrants. The next one is of the cross-border movement of contrabands like the drugs or the arms. So also in the recent time, the problem of cattle smuggling has emerged as a big challenge for Indian security forces there.
So who is the DG of BSF right now?
So it is Nitin Agrawal, IPS Nitin Agrawal.
Right. Can you tell me the term greenfield which is used for the infrastructure project these days? What is the meaning of greenfield project?
So greenfield is a project that is started from zero in an area. Nothing as in compared to brownfield where some kind of infra has already been made. But in a greenfield project, nothing is being made and it is started from zero level.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.